YouTube. It's the Trucking Block. I am the Trucking Block, Ronald Block. Wanted to give a quick little message to the drivers out there. Anybody with 18 wheels out there, but first, let's wipe down my tractor. Now, I've been driving the same tractor for a week and a half now, ever since they gave me this new one. They said, this is gonna be the tractor I'm gonna drive from now on, because I've been complaining for so long about getting inside of trucks that are filthy, dirty, trash everywhere. You know, no fuel, no death, low on oil. I've been in a lot of different trucks, and it's not the company that doesn't take care of these trucks. They will take care of it if you report it. But these drivers don't report nothing. They don't tell them when they hit something. Like, I've gotten to a lot of trucks that had broken mirrors and broken dome lights, which is not a big deal, because, you know, a dome light is not a safety feature, but at the same time, it's kind of a pain in the neck when you pull up to a stop and it's really dark and you can't see, and it's dangling from the roof, so it's not pointing down on you, it's actually pointing at the floor when you actually need to see inside the cab. You know, to write down your information on your paperwork that they give you and everything. But anyway, they pretty much were like, you know what? There's a lot of trucks who put you in that you said that, you know, this was wrong, that was wrong. Oh yeah, smoking too. I don't like smoking trucks. We've got a lot of smokers that drive out here, which, you know, hey, you're a grown individual. You can decide what you want to do with your body, but I don't necessarily want to smell cigarette smoke for, you know, anywhere from 10 to 14 hours, you know, while I'm working. So like I was saying, they gave me this truck here and said pretty much I'm going to drive this from now on. Me and another driver are going to share this truck. I guess he's a clean guy too, so they came up with the idea to pair us up in this truck, because his off days coincide with mine, I guess. I'm just wiping her down right now, even though I know it's only me and one other person that drive this truck. Maybe, you know, another one. They say one other person, but, you know, another driver might need a truck and it'll be sitting here on my day off, and, you know, the other driver won't be here, whatever the case might be. It's still going to get used because it's the company's truck, it's not mine. But basically, I wipe every truck I get into down. You know, we got COVID-19 going on right now. That's not the message I want to give to drivers out here. I just turned on my camera in the middle of me wiping everything down with these alcohol wipes that my company provides. I have my own sanitizing wipes that I accumulated from when I worked at the railroad. They give you a crap ton of them in your supply box that you order. This company, they give it out too, so, you know, I never run out of sanitizing wipes and things to sanitize everything. But I wipe it down because, you know, just to be on the safe side. I'm trying to stay away from that Rona. I wear my mask in every business I walk into, including my job's office. The only time I don't have a mask on is when I'm around my immediate family, or in the house, in the car by myself. I don't wear a mask in the car by myself. I see a lot of people do that. That's funny to me. They're in the vehicle by themselves with a mask on. Who are you protecting yourself from? The car? The car's gonna get sick. Let me finish wiping this down, and I'm gonna say what I have to say to my fellow drivers out there. You know, I only have a year of experience, but still know what goes on out here. And when I say your experience, that doesn't include the time I spent in school doing my training. All right. I think I got it all wiped down, nice and sanitized. Smelling like alcohol. These wipes have alcohol in them. They're some really good wipes though. They clean very well. Clean out my cup holders. I clean out my cup holders because, man, I'll be riding down the road and I'll open the bottle or a can with one hand and I'll get soda or whatever the liquid is on my pants and that's a stain. So I make sure I wipe down the cup holders. You know, when you're out here driving, you get thirsty. Trying to stay away from drinking too much soda. I noticed that my body can really perform without caffeine so heavy. But if I drink it for extended periods of time, like let's say I just drink soda every day for 2 weeks straight, like I'll go home and crash out hard. I don't know if it's the sugar, caffeine, or what, but I'll crash out hard and won't wake up. But when I don't drink it as often, you know, I limit myself to maybe a couple sodas a week, then I'm able to get up earlier and I'm not as tired when my shift is over. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to wipe everything down. I'm even wiping down the little light they provide us. All right. Now, a lot of drivers just get in these trucks and go. I mean, that's your prerogative. You have every right to do what you feel you want to do. But I will say to my fellow driver, please try to be safe and don't take this as a joke. Because to be honest with you, I didn't really believe all the hype on COVID at first until, you know, a lot of people that I knew of or people that I used to know were getting sick from this. Like severely sick. Alright. Anyway, my quick message to my fellow driver is please be careful out here. I don't know what is going on with traffic, but a lot of commuters are driving erratic. I don't know what's going on. Like today on my way to work, there was a small Nissan weaving in and out of traffic. He had to have been doing at least 80, 90 miles an hour, maybe even more, because heck, I was doing 70 almost all the way to work, like 69, 70, all the way to work. And this guy had to have been doing 80, 90 to, I mean, maybe even 100 miles an hour, swerving in and out of traffic. He even went onto the shoulder a couple times and kicked up a whole bunch of dust, rocks, and trash. I was like, what is he doing? And to make it so bad, he passed the police doing that. He passed KCPD doing that. They had someone pulled over on the exit, and he passed them doing that. I'm like, people don't care nowadays, and that's just one example. I see it all the time out here because I'm driving. I see it all the time. And other truck drivers, you know about it. I know some guys gonna be like, well, I already know that. You know, you're not telling me nothing new. But I'm just urging you to be more diligent, pay more attention. If you need to, put on some music, drink some water, you know, be more alert. That way you don't get caught up, even though you might be doing what you're supposed to do. But you can get kind of complacent out here looking straight ahead at the road, checking your mirrors and stuff. You can get complacent. And it becomes like second nature just to move down that road. Or like me, a lot of these stores that I go to, I've been to on multiple occasions. So I pretty much know the route that I'm going. And it's weird to me sometimes. I'll catch myself slowing down for a turn that's coming up without even looking at my map. happens a lot. Like, I don't even have to look at my map. Like, I know the turn is coming. I know it's a sharp curve here or a turn there, because with this job here on this JB Hunt dedicated Aldi account, you have to be careful with the product in the back, because it shifts and it sways. And every now and again I get a pallet that falls over, and it's not because of what I did, it's just because the bumps in the road, and you know, a box was crushed under a lot of weight on a dry pallet or whatever. Even frozen pallets, it happens. Not so often on the cooler pallets. Cooler pallets, for whatever reason, don't fall over as often. But frozen and dry pallets will give in because a box will crush under its own, under weight from sitting on top of it. And then it'll tilt over onto the adjacent pallet, or the one in front of it or behind it. And a lot of times, all I have to do is just get in, lift it up a little bit, and shift it back over with my own body weight. Every now and again, I'll have pallets tip over. Like last night, I had 2 tip over. And one tilted. One tilted, I was able to push it over. One fell completely over. It was nothing I could do. Like, once I got there, I got inside the trailer with the pallet jack and got against the first one ahead of it and pulled it out. I didn't slam against it or nothing. It just, once I pulled that first one out, it wasn't holding it in, but because it was another one in front of the pallet that was going to fall over, it just gave out. Because the pallets around it, the one in front of it, the one beside it, the one behind it, were all shorter. So there was nothing to stop that pallet from coming over after a box was crushed. Anyway, like I was saying, drivers, please be safe. These people, they don't care on this road. I see they'll cut you off. I've had drivers, and this is recently. I mean, over the past year, yeah, I've had drivers cut me off before, and you know, slow down for no reason. Come on the on-ramp doing 20 miles an hour, you know, slowing down traffic, or coming on the on-ramp and cutting you off when you're not even up towards the entrance yet. You know, they just come on and cut you off real quick as soon as you reach that spot, and there's another car sitting beside you so you can't get over. Then they slow down, slam on. I've had that happen. But here recently, it's more often. It's happening a lot. And it's scary. Because this is our livelihood. This is how we pay our bills and feed our family. This is how we take care of our car notes, our mortgages, our rent. Please be careful. Other than that, man, this is the Trucking Block. I am the Trucking Block, Ronald Block, and I just want to come on here and just rap a little with you. I got to start putting out more content. Right now, I'm in my truck. I just finished my inspection and wiping down the truck. You've seen the wiping down the truck part. I'm now going to run over here, get in front of my trailer, go get the load map from inside the warehouse, close the doors, weigh it up, head on down the road. I have to stop at a truck stop and get some DEF because we're out of DEF here at the DC, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and just stop at a Love's or whatever. I might go to Pilot today, I don't know. But more than likely Love's. I like Love's better. I don't know why. The funny part is, you know, truckers out there, you know, Love's are more than likely going to have a smaller space to move around in. I don't know why. And my homeboy Haven can attest to that. He doesn't like going to Love's because he's an over-the-road driver. He's an owner-operator for U.S. Express, and he does not like going to Love's. He will, though, if he has to. If you know he's in the mood, he's tired, he just want to park somewhere, but he'll try to avoid it because the space is terrible at Love's in some places, especially in California. You're trucking to California, good luck finding a spot to park after 7 p.m. Good luck. Truckers, you know what I'm talking about. If you've been to California, you know. Good luck. I've had to park at a truck stop 20 miles outside of LA when my delivery was in the middle of LA. I mean, smack dab in South Central. Like, I had to go 20 minutes outside of LA just to you know, get my rest. And I don't like doing that because, well, I used to. I used to not like doing that because I didn't want to wake up, put on my clothes, and wash my face and get myself together and everything, get my coffee together, and have to drive to my destination the next day. I like getting as close as possible to my destination. And that time it sucked because there was a Love's like literally like 5-7 minutes down the road from my destination, but I had to go outside the city. I'd say about more like half an hour with the traffic and everything. And not only that, that day police were on pursuit after a guy with a gun running down the road. It was crazy. I wish I still had the video. I might still have the video, and I'll attach it to this. That was wild. Like, they stopped in front of my car, Sheriff's Department, LAPD. I couldn't go nowhere. I said, did I say stop in front of my car? I mean stop in front of my truck. They stopped. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't go nowhere until one of the sheriffs, or was it LAPD? They moved out the way and was like, go ahead. If I can find the video, I'll share it, but more than likely I don't have it anymore because it was like a short snippet, because I just took a quick like 30-second video just to show my wife and everybody back home like this crazy stuff. They had their shotguns drawn and everything on the guy. Said he had a gun. But anyway, I'm about to go over here, pick up the trailer, like I said, close the doors, way up, take on off. I'll holler at you when I get to the Love's stop. More than likely today, I'm gonna stop for a second at this Love's and enjoy my yogurt that I have in my lunch bag. I don't never eat the yogurt that I bring with me, and I have tapioca pudding that I personally bought for myself, and I still haven't indulged in it because I'm trying to get home at night. I'm not trying to stop at a truck stop and enjoy a meal, but I will tonight, and I'll talk to you when I get to this stop, and I'll talk to you when I get to that stop, the stop after I unload everything too. Anyway, I'll holler at you when I see you. Yeah. Made it to the Love's, but this is after I've already delivered in Arkansas. I'm back in Missouri, close to my house, actually about, 40 minutes away from the DC. Just got done putting some diesel and def up in this tractor. She's full, ready to go. Ran into a problem with trying to get reefer fuel. The reefer, I couldn't fill it up with diesel this time. I guess I have to do it at the DC, but they wouldn't allow me to do it. So out here on the kiosk at the fuel island, so I went inside thinking that there's something wrong with the car. Like, no, they won't allow you to fill up the reefer, so I'll have to fill up the reefer when I get back to the DC. But I figured I'd at least pop back in on y'all. I said I would when I made it to Love's, and here I am at Love's. Smooth night, no pallet failures, nothing happened, nothing out of the ordinary. One funny thing though, when I told the clerk my mileage, I said 83.42. She's like, and the rest of it? I was like, that's it. She's like, why is it so low? This is a brand new truck. She's like, my goodness. So I had to explain the whole thing about slip seating and how I talked about, I didn't want to trade off trucks with dirty guys and whatnot. But I'm gonna get off this camera here. These drivers are pulling some risky moves pulling out from these islands, because you get drivers that like to park in front of the fuel islands horizontally, which you're not supposed to do. Come on, fellas. I'll show you what's going on here. Look at this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks. This guy here just had to pull very close to the nose of this Kenworth here. He had to get real close. And trust me, he slowed all the way down. Even veterans out here, you gotta watch what you're doing. But that's the only message I had. Just stay alert out here. there hasn't been any harsh weather here in the Midwest because I don't go anywhere, you know, too far, more regional. It says it's local, but it's like regional because I'm going to different states. But there hasn't been any bad weather so far. No snow, no ice, nothing like that. We had freezing fog the other night, which I slowed down a little bit, but we haven't had the, you know, the really bad storm like we did last year when I worked for U.S. Express. It was storming all over the place, especially up east. Man, when I went to Philly doing a snowstorm in my sleeper truck, I had a Kenworth at the time. Boy, you want to talk about some scary roads. It was trucks peeling out and jackknifing. I said peeling out. It was trucks jackknifing and everything else into ditches right in front of me, like crazy. Having to slow down and watch the wreck happen and keep going because, I mean, I couldn't stop because I was on the time limit. But anyway, I'll holler at you. This is going to be the end of this video. I'm not going to holler at you when I get back to the DC. There's no point in doing that. So, peace out. This is the Trucking Block. I am the Trucking Block. Ronald Block. Peace. Block.